So how old are you now?
I'm 14 years
You're
old.
14. Wow, you're young.
Since my dad was like really good at pickleball at the time, we have a court in our backyard.
Okay.
Like if you want to play, then you have to play with my son. I was able to get better games and practice with like better players.
What's your mental approach going into a junior PPA final?
Juniors is like in a way harder than the 5-0.
What's the pickleball junior scene like right now?
I think it's just gonna keep growing.
What's going on, everybody? Today we have Rex with us today. Welcome to
What's up?
Conversations with DJ. Super stoked to have you. You're actually my first junior pickleballer. Do you consider yourself a junior pro pickleballer or just a junior pickleballer?
I think for me, I just consider myself a junior pickleball player because like, what really even is like a pro pickleball player? Like either you're signed, you're getting paid, or you're going to all the pro tournaments. But I just try not to make it too complicated. Like, I would just say I'm a junior pickleball player like all the other kids.
Yeah, that's fair. And I had some conversations about that before where everyone kind of like disagrees on what a professional player is.
Mm-hmm.
So would you say, is that based on money made? Is that based on how many matches you can win in a pro tournament? Like where does your brain take you?
I think, especially for me, I think it's if you're getting like paid to play, for one thing, I think that kind of makes you a pro because I think anybody could just sign up and play like a pro tournament like some of these people do and they lose first round, but I could say, oh, I played pro qualifier, I won first round, second round, do whatever. But if you're not making money off of it, then I don't really understand how some people can call themselves pro off of just pickleball and they're not making any money and they're just losing from it.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Doesn't get more real than that.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's fair. So how old are you now?
I'm 14 years old.
You're 14. Wow, you're young. I remember when I was 14. So how do you get first introduced to pickleball, and how old were you when you started?
So I come from a high level background of golf. So I played golf ever since I was 2. And then leading up to COVID time, I would say I slowly made the transition over from golf to pickleball since my dad was really good at racquetball and he switched over to pickleball. And then I just found out pickleball is like so much more fun than golf. It's more fast paced and golf is like such a hard sport. There's like so many people doing it and pickleball is a relatively new thing. And a lot of people are getting to it, and I would never thought that like so many kids would play pickleball because everyone's like, oh, it's old people's sport and everything. But I think just like COVID time, I've been playing for I think 3 to 4 years now. I think it's like one of the best choices I've made in my life so far.
Yeah. Do you find pickleball a really easy kind of like avenue for juniors to make friends?
I guess, yeah. I mean, pickleball is like really inclusive, like community and everything. But like when I first started out, like I would go to the public courts and I would try to play. But sometimes like adults don't want to play with kids and just like it's trying to have like an all adult thing. But now that the game is shifting, like with the junior PPA and everything, and all the kids like get to play together, hang around with each other, I would definitely say it would be good for kids to make a lot of friends just playing the sport because just anybody could just pick up a paddle and hit the ball over the net and just have fun, regardless of how good or bad you are, but like in a fun way, you know?
No, for sure. And how old were you again when you started playing?
I would think around 11 years old.
Wow, so you were about 3-4 years.
Yeah, 3-4 years.
So how were you able to overcome adults not wanting to play with you when you started? Because now you're better than most adults anyways, right? So it doesn't really matter. But at 11, how did you overcome that?
Well, obviously it was really tough. Like it'd be sad. Like I just want to play. I'm not trying to like get better like in that moment. I just want to be able to find games. But since my dad was like really good at pickleball at the time, he would always like, if you want to like, we have a court in our backyard. But like, if you want to play, then you have to play with my son, also known as me.
Yeah.
But in that way, I was able to get better games and practice with like better players. And then like eventually I would take like some good shots from them. I would learn from them to get better. And that's kind of how it worked. Like my dad is like, you can use the court, but like you just have to help me out just a little bit. And I think if it weren't for my parents supporting me, then I wouldn't be able to be where I am right now doing what I do.
Yeah, that's sick, dude. Big shout out to the parents.
Love you, Dad.
That's awesome. Yeah. So you mentioned you were playing golf at the time, you know, when you started. Do you still play golf?
I do, just not as competitively anymore. Like every once in a while when I'm back home in Jacksonville, I'll hang out with a couple of the kids I used to play golf with and just like play like 9 holes for fun just to see where I'm at. Like obviously they destroy me, but I think I'm pretty good for a 14-year-old that like doesn't practice at all.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, you're pretty talented just from when I see you playing on the pickleball course. I'm guessing a lot of that translates to any sport you play.
Yeah.
Right? And so I guess my next question would be, is there anything that you brought from golf to pickleball that really helps you with your pickleball game?
So not a lot of like physical technique stuff, I would say, besides like a two-hand backhand, because for some reason in golf I swing lefty, but everything else I do is righty. But the biggest thing I transition over from golf to pickleball is the mental part, because in my opinion, I think golf is like the hardest sport in the world, because like it's just everybody's playing on the same course in the same conditions, and regardless of like who's watching or who you're playing with, it's the same exact thing.
Yeah.
And you just like, you never know when you could just like be playing really, really well, or you could just shank it. So just the mental aspect, I would say, just like staying strong regardless you hit a good shot or not, is just like what's helped me transition over from golf to pickleball.
Yeah, that's sick. So I guess when I think about pickleball and I think of, people's excuses, it's usually, the bounce is weird. It went to the side, the wind, the sun, the crowd isn't knowing you, whatever it is. When you make contact with that golf ball, like, and the shot doesn't go where you want it to go, what does your head go through? Like, what do people think as an excuse in in golf, sorry.
For me in golf, I was always like a crybaby. I was like, oh my God, why am I so bad at golf ball? So it's just a thing. Like, I never practiced golf as much as I should have. Like, if you want to be good at anything, you have to put a lot of time and effort into it. And when I was playing golf, I would practice, but like it got to a degree where I was good, but I could be so much better if I just practiced a lot more. And that's what happened. All the other kids were practicing, just grinding a lot harder than me. So I had to like keep it in my mind that like I can play good, but only to a certain level until you start like actually putting in the time and effort into it. So the amount of work you put into it kind of just like translate how you perform on the course or the court or wherever you do. So that's what it was for me.
Yeah, that's fair. And what's the pickleball junior scene like right now?
I think it's just gonna keep growing. I remember the first tournament I played was PPA for juniors. It was PPA Atlanta 2024, and there was like maybe like 40 kids in the bracket. There was like not that many kids, but they were all really good, and it was fun to play with them. I think the last tournament that we just played in San Clemente was like, I think 172 kids. So I think it's just going to be a growing community, a bunch of kids just playing together, getting better at the sport, and just get better together. Just like, it'll be really fun.
Yeah. How competitive is it right now? Like, are you winning as much as you were, or?
I was winning a majority of them. Like, I wouldn't like triple crown every single tournament, but I would like medal in every single division. But now that all the kids are kind of like grinding out a lot harder than some other kids, like it's just like that hunger inside of them. They just want to keep like grinding it better and get better. It's not, I don't think that I'm like not improving. I think it's just that everybody else is just also improving, getting a lot better. So I think it's just gonna get more competitive as more new kids and the old kids that were playing are just gonna hop into the junior category.
Yeah. Do you think, is there an advantage to having a pickleball background, or do you think having a tennis background, like as a 14-year-old coming onto pickleball, what do you think has more of an advantage?
I think having like any other sports background, like a tennis background, could definitely help with pickleball. Like a lot of the pros were like tennis pros and they transitioned over to pickleball, and like they have like good technique, good footwork, but they don't have that like pickleball strategy. Yeah. So I feel like it's mainly like a benefit to mainly just pick up pickleball and like know the strategy and like the shots, but I think it's like they both have pros and cons. Like tennis players have like really good footwork, and since I don't come from that background, I like don't have the greatest footwork. So I think it's like a mixture of both, I would say.
Yeah. Especially coming from golf, like I don't know how big footwork is in golf because you're kind of static when you're
you kind of just
right?
like position yourself. Yeah,
absolutely. So I know you. So we've trained a couple times together with Jesse and Scott. I know you work a little bit with Scott on the side. do you train mostly with juniors or do you train mostly with adults?
Well, for me in my area, I train with mainly adults because there's not a lot of kids to play with in Jacksonville. But when I'm like traveling everywhere, I always try to get into the high level groups, especially with like guys like you, Jesse, Scott, Lingwei, just like to get. I think you can only get like you become the people you surround yourself with. Like if I'm playing with you guys all the time, I'm going to get better. So I think the more I practice with high level players like you and all the other pros, I think I can only get better from there.
Yeah.
So I would say mainly adults.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Do you is there any part of you that wants to train just with juniors sometimes? Or like do you wish that there were more juniors that you could just overall like train with?
I mean, yeah, I would say so. I mean, there's this group out in Utah called like Pay It Forth, and this group of like 6 kids, and they have like Elise Jones as their coach, and they all like they travel together, they train together, and it's kind of like they like they're drilling with each other all the time, but it's also like a competition. Like I think they don't see it as training, but it's like getting better together.
Yeah.
So I think that's like one of the main reasons why their group has gone like so much better because they're just working with together all the time, training and getting better. So obviously I would like to get a group of like a lot of kids together and just like practice all the time together. But obviously that's really hard to get like all the kids from all different states of the country. But I think that would be really, really cool.
Yeah, but I think as the sport keeps growing, you know, whatever you live, and I know you spend a lot of time here in California, but there will be or there should be at some point a group of kids that train together because you know iron sharpens iron, right? And so to me, you know, it could be where you know you let's say you live in Kansas or whatever, but you know there's a group of people at the blah 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 Pickleball Academy that there's like 8 of you and you can train from like 3 to 6 every single day.
Yeah.
You know, so that would be really cool. So I guess actually I'm kind of curious, like what's your situation with your school? Like what's the
So for me, I'm actually in college right now.
Oh, sick.
I do all my classes online. I go to the University of North Florida in Jacksonville. So I tested out of high school. So I like skipped all the classes that I didn't need to take and just like started taking college courses. So right now I'm only taking one class for the summer, but I think I'm going to major in some sort of like business or communications or something along the lines of that. But right now I'm just taking it slow and like before I got here, I did a little bit of schoolwork, and now that I like when I have free time like in between tournaments or when I'm not playing, I just try to get some schoolwork in, just like bring my laptop everywhere.
Yeah.
So that's what I do.
Very humble. He's in college at 14, taking it slow. That's funny. What's back into the pickleball court, but that's really cool, dude. College. I skipped on college, so I don't know much about that. But what's back to the pickleball? What's your mental approach going into a junior PPA final?
So like, I feel like the juniors is like in a way harder than the 5-0s because sometimes when you go to like a tournament and you play 5-0, you play a lot of people you've never played before.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're going to be really good. You'll beat them, you'll lose to them. It happens. But when I play like the junior category and I play like the same people all the time and sometimes some new people and like get to know them, it makes it like harder. Like I would assume like Ben Johns and Gabe Chartier versus Fed and Hayden, like they probably study each other's gameplay all the time to figure out like what are their weaknesses, so when we meet them in the next final, what can we do to play them. So I think it's just a matter of just like believing in yourself when you're like playing bad sometimes and like, hey, just got to stay in the next one, forget about it, because I feel like a lot of the juniors, like they're all really talented, they all have really good shots, they have great like footwork and positioning, but like it's just like the mental, like staying strong, whether it's just like finding a way to like stay positive when you're not playing the greatest. So that's just what I've been trying to work on, just like stay positive, being a great partner.
When I think overall just having a good attitude and not giving up just takes you a long way regardless, right? And I think the more somebody grows and the older they get, the more mature they become, and so they can gain that edge over somebody that's younger. But I think, if you're only playing like let's say in the 14s or 16s juniors, a lot of those people are going to have the same mentality or the same skill shot. So to me, being able to differentiate and basically getting better at playing every point focused instead of just like coming in and out of focus and losing a couple points and maybe giving up. Not that you do, you know, but maybe giving up. Then to me, that's a really good way to gain an advantage over your opponents.
Right.
Yeah. So at 14, it seems to me like you're handling a lot of different things. You know, we talked about your schooling, being in college, your pickleball. I know you train a lot. You know, you do your homework. I know you want to start a podcast. You know, hopefully I can help with that.
Yeah.
But have you ever dealt with some kind of like burnout or pressure doing so many things at 14?
I mean, I feel a lot of my friends, like back in my hometown where I live, like I said, like, how do you not get burnt out of playing all the time and traveling all these places? But I would definitely say it's because of my support system. Like, my dad never puts any pressure on me when I play, regardless whether I win or lose. I mean, obviously, sometimes I'll put pressure on myself because sometimes I'll feel bad. Like, we travel all the way out to California and maybe I won't medal or I don't win sometimes, but, like, that's not what my parents care about. It's like, did I become a better person and did I learn something from the wins or losses? Because you always win more from the losses than you do wins. Like, I was just at Los Cabos yesterday practicing with the breakers with Alex, Trong, and Angie and Scott, and like...
Yeah, I'm the breakers.
But they were like, Alex and Angie were just like killing me on their like cross-court like halves, like speed-ups, and like I couldn't read them. Like, and it was just like kind of like sad, but it was like kind of eye-opening for me because I think Alex and Angie burned me down the line like 20 times in a row and I couldn't read it. But it kind of like opens my eyes to see that I need to work on my line coverage and to like they can expose all my weaknesses rather than if I came out there and I was like destroying them, I probably would have just like not learned anything at all.
For sure.
So just you'll learn a lot more from the losses than the wins, and I just like my parents just like support me. I can't I can't be where I am without my mom and my dad.
Yeah.
So
no, that's beautiful, bro. That's great. So, you know, you were talking about Alex and Angie, like, burning you down the line, which, you know, essentially, down the road, it makes you be a better player, right? So is there anybody who pushes you the most to get better? Like, is there a coach, a family member, a fellow player that's like, hey, like, this is what you need to be doing? Is there anybody that pushes you?
So I would say, like, I do my best to help try and push myself when I, like, go to tournaments. I'm like, I need to get better. But I think, well, I've never had a coach for like pickleball. I've had like golf coaches that help like push me and train me here, but I've never had a pickleball coach before. Like somebody that's just like there, like helping me, giving me tips here and there. But like I would definitely say like my dad helps support me to whatever I want to do or push myself. But I don't think I've ever like had like a rival or like my like biggest opponent, like I need to beat this person, like this is the person that wants to help me get better. But I think it's like more of like a self-improvement type of journey for me, and just like focus on myself and like don't worry what everyone else is doing, just keep improving and getting better.
Nice. Very wise for a 14-year-old. That's sick. Is there let's move on from that. Do you have any like favorite pro player that you like to watch? Or maybe to like learn from somebody that you like try to mimic your game after?
I would definitely say the two teenagers on tour, like Hayden and Gabe Tardio, like they have like really incredible shots, but I think what's different about them is like they're not scared of the ball. Like Hayden has like I think the fastest hands on the tour. He's ready for it, catches everything out in front of him.
You think faster than J-Dub?
I mean, like it's just like especially for a 19-year-old. So when Hayden is the same age as JW, I think Hayden's hand will be obviously faster, but same with like Hayden and Gabe is just like they react so quickly to the ball and like there's like very fast like decision making. It's like they're very smart and they're aggressive. So I think that's what I try to bond on myself after, like smart and aggressive play, but I just need to like be able to follow it up like they do, just like finish it, not like be like too excited to put the ball away and miss it. So like really aggressive and smart.
Yeah, and honestly, it's kind of interesting, right? Because the lower level and I know you play at a high level, but the lower level you play, you focus more on the one, right? Which is kind of like the actual speed up. But then the better people you play, the ball is almost always going to come back. So the one is almost like, it's important, but it's not the most important because you have to be ready for the second one. Yeah. And then sometimes the third. And the better you go, the fourth, you know? So it It goes a long way. So, what paddle are you playing with right now? Are you sponsored by anybody?
Yeah, well, in terms of paddles, I'm sponsored by this company called Luz. Luzz. They're out of China. Great paddles. I mean, I've used so many different paddles like in the past, and like all of them. I say I wish I could just change something about it, but I can't. But Luz has been like.
What would that be?
I'm not gonna name names, but I think Luz, they've been really really easy to work with. Like I'm like, hey, could you like make this handle a little bit longer? Could you like maybe add a little bit more grit to this paddle? But I think Luz has just been really really great to work with, and they make really high quality paddles. And it's also good to know that they're like making new paddles all the time. Like when you just have like one paddle that's performing, I'm like, hey, we want to try something new, and there's like they just don't make the new paddle. So I think Luz, this has been really good to me. So I really really like them.
Yeah. Do you get to kind of work on their prototypes and tell them what's good, what's not, or do you just kind of get sent, the newly approved paddles and you just play with them?
They just send me paddles. Like, let me know what you think of this. Like, what we could change. I'm like, hey, this is good, but I would like for this to be changed. But I'm not really, for me, involved in the process of like making the paddle. I'm kind of just there, like, they send it to me, I'll review it, I'll let them know. I'm like, hey, I like this paddle. You like send me like 5 more of them so I can use them in future tournaments. Yeah. So that's kind of how I am involved in the process.
Yeah, I gotcha. Do you play better, or do you enjoy more soft paddles with a lot of grit, or harder paddles and grit doesn't matter as much to you?
I definitely say like they both matter. Mm-hmm. So that's how I am with Luz. Like I was using some paddles and like they had so much control, but when I had like a high ball, I could never put the ball away. And sometimes I would use a power paddle. I'd be able to hit the ball extremely hard. But when I would try to like drop, dink, and reset, I like couldn't control the ball at all. So I think it's good to have like a mixture of both, but also it's all preference. Like some people like don't care if they can't like just dink the ball and they'd rather just like rip it all the time.
Yeah.
But in terms for like just a good paddle, I just like it's good to have everything in it.
Yeah, for sure. So are you more of a dink or drive type of person?
For me in general, I think I'm more of like more drop and like dink, more patient. But I think it always depends on who you play.
For sure.
Like some people, like you'll come out swinging, and if they're not handling the drives very well, you're just gonna keep driving at them. But if you like drive the ball and they like kill you back, I'm like, okay, let's just play a little bit slow. It just depends on who you play, really. But everyone has their own play style. I try to like mix it up every once in a while instead of like playing slow or playing fast all the time.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing about pickleball that fans maybe don't realize, or lower level people don't realize, is that you cannot play one way only. Mm-hmm. Like you cannot dink and drop everything. You cannot shake and bake everything, right? It needs to be a good mixture of like what's working now. Who are we hitting the ball to now? What kind of spin, right? Some people don't handle topspin as well as slide. So you have to be able to overcome and adapt on the court. And it's hard because 1 game to 11 can happen very, very fast, as we know. So from a junior PPA standpoint, if you had to rank your top 3 out of, men's doubles, mixed doubles, singles, what would that look like?
If I had to rank the players?
No, just like your favorite.
Oh.
That you play.
That I do. Okay. I would say one of them on the guy side, this kid, Braden Jacobson.
Oh, no, sorry.
Oh, wait, sorry.
No, I meant like, is men's doubles your favorite?
Oh,
and then which one's your least favorite, essentially?
I kind of misunderstood it. But, dang, I think the singles field has been getting like really, really hard lately. And same for mixed doubles. So I would probably either say junior doubles or singles itself, because if I play singles, only like I can only blame myself for my own errors.
Yeah.
But if I play with doubles, like you win as a team, you lose as a team. Like it's just important to like be a great partner to all the people you play with, regardless of whether you win or lose. So I would definitely say just like one of the two. I can't really pick between the two of them.
Yeah, that's fair. And you were talking, before I rephrase the question, you were going to talk about somebody, but is there somebody that you would love to partner with on the junior side and in the pro side of things?
That's a very tough question. I mean, I'm very happy with the partners I've been playing with now. Obviously, I would like to expand, like play with a lot of different people and like see how it would be.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of pro, I would probably have to say like, again, like one of the two teenagers, like Hayden or Gabe, are probably just like one of the smarter players, like Ben Johns or JW, because like I feel like if I get to play with them all the time or like just play one tournament with them, I feel like I would gain like so much knowledge after playing with them. Like Ben Johns and JW are like some of the most patient players on tour. And ever since like someone like Augie got drafted to Dallas, like they've been getting like so much more patient with the ball instead of like speeding it up all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think just somebody who has like a lot more knowledge than me can just like help me learn. So just like anybody who just like is smarter, wiser than me, I would definitely say I would rather play with somebody like that.
Yeah, that's fair. So actually, an idea just came to mind because when you go to Worlds, they have senior pro and pro, right? And you can, it's like an over and under type of thing. So it'd be really cool to also have pros with juniors, like a pro with junior draw. Is there such a thing, or is there not such a thing for that?
In terms of like the PPA, no. Okay. But like sometimes there'll be like charity events where it'll be like a pro amateur event. Like you'll get like Matt Manassi or somebody, and then like another celebrity to play with them. But
no, I'm talking full tournament, like
full
you
tournament.
and Ben Jones versus me and I don't know who else is out there. Junior.
It's just I feel like some of the kids would feel left out. Like, what? You get to play with Ben Johns? I want to play with Ben Johns. Blah, blah, blah. But I feel like if they just had, like, an event for fun where it was just, like, all random, like, who you played with, I think that would be, like, really, really cool.
Yeah, no, that's fair. If you weren't playing pickleball, which that would sound kind of crazy now, right? Like, it's probably, like, it's like 80% of your life at this point. Would you still be playing golf, or would you be doing something else?
I think I would definitely still be playing golf, but I think I've played like every single sport growing up. Like I'm so young, there's no point of just trying to limit to me just playing one sport and like I'm going to be really good at this, cuz like I've seen so many kids like they play baseball all the way up to high school, right? And they're like really, really good and they just like completely drop it and they just like stop playing. So I think I would definitely be playing golf, just like getting better and just like practicing playing tournaments. But I think it's just important to be like versatile and not like just stick to one sport, just like play a little bit of everything, you know? So I think it's just hard to put like just like one sport that I would play in the future if I wasn't playing pickleball.
Yeah, that's fair. And I mean, then again, if you played golf, like you just get playing golf, right?
Yeah.
Unless you like, didn't like it or something, which I don't see why. Is there any? What's your goal in the next year, for your pickleball goals?
My pickleball goals. Well, I would say, last year my goal was to work on like being the greatest partner, and just like making sure like I always want to be that person people want to play with. But for this year, I would definitely say is to just be like a better version of myself, get better every single day, and just like drill, meet a lot of new, just like famous or just wealthy people, and just meet a bunch of other kids too. Just meet everybody, get better, and I just want to like see how far this junior PPA or just like pickleball really even goes.
Yeah.
So I've been like, I'm gonna leave on Friday to leave to Asia, and I'm gonna be there all of summer for the PPA Asia's like explore, vacation, and also meet a lot of people out there too. So for me, I think it's just like improving and becoming a better version of myself for this year. That's
fair. And so, you mentioned going to Asia and playing all the PPA stuff. Is there any advice you would give to younger kids starting to play pickleball? Like, would you advise them to go to Asia too, or what would you say to them?
Well, I wouldn't just like immediately step out. Like, we have to go to Asia and we have to play other tournaments. But if I had to give advice to any other kids who are getting into pickleball or getting better, I would definitely say not even like the kids, but like the parents. Like, I've seen so many parents put a lot of pressure on the kids to win, and like live their dream through their child.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of
I know a lot of people like that.
I hate watching kids get burnt out of a sport just because they don't like it anymore, but their parents keep pushing them.
Yeah.
So just to every other kid out there, I just want to make sure that you all have fun playing the sport. I think that's the most important thing. Like, if you're playing and you're winning, but you're not having fun, then what's the point of playing in the first place? So just like making sure, just like you don't need to win every single tournament. It would be nice, but just make sure you're having fun and just improving, being a better person.
Yeah, I gotcha. Where do you see yourself, like at what age do you see, or when do you see playing yourself, when do you see yourself playing pro pickleball instead of junior pickleball?
I think, well, I age out of the juniors next year. So by the end of next year, I will no longer be able to play the junior PPA, and I'll be very sad because I'll miss all my friends.
Yeah.
But I think after that, I will probably step into playing more like pro tournaments and whatever. Like I'll play like 5-0 and pro qualies here and then.
Yeah.
But I think it's not like an age, but whenever like I feel as if I'm ready to like go into like a pro quali or just like a pro tournament and play my heart out, because I don't want to like start going into a pro qualifier tournament and like know that I'm not going to make it to the main draw, or if I make it to the main draw, I lose the next round. Like I want to be at a point where I'm practicing with all the pros like you guys and like beating them sometimes in like rec play, and knowing that once I get through the first qualifier, then I'll be able to like win a lot of rounds like and beat all the top players instead of just like, oh my gosh, I have to play DJ Young second round. What am I supposed to do? It's just like, just be confident that I'm going to beat anyway I see her play.
Yeah, just basically just to reinforce that, just feel that you're good enough to handle and play whoever you're going to play, no matter what round it is. Mm-hmm. So would you be trying to play mostly PPAs then, or would you also go the APP route when it comes to professional pickleball?
I think I would probably stick to, I think it's really like versatile. Like I'm traveling international to play like some PPAs out there, but some other like international events out there too. But I would definitely say like there's so many like different tours going on right now. Like nobody knows what's going on. Like APP, PPA, international stuff, all the other Indian Asian leagues. It's just kind of a mess right now, you know? But I think the PPA as of now has been really good to me in terms of like giving me exposure and just like meeting all the top players and all the other top kids. So for me as of now, I'd just probably say I'm like just like sticking to like mainly the PPAs, I would say.
Yeah, okay. Well, and last question for you, but is there anything us pros can do to help junior pickleball?
So many things.
Like, how would you feel if Gabe went to watch your finals on a Saturday, playing junior pickleball?
Well, I would say if there's any pros watching this podcast, which they better watch the podcast.
I don't see why not.
Yeah, but just like do your best to just like acknowledge, just like spend time with some of the kids. Mm-hmm. Like some like pros and like any other sport, like there'll be a bunch of kids like wanting their autograph, and sometimes the pros just don't give them the time of day.
Yeah.
Like they don't even look in their direction. Like I followed Tiger Woods one time at the Players. It was a practice round. We followed him for like 18 holes straight with nobody else around. And it was just practice. Like it wasn't even the real tournament. And he wouldn't even look at us the entire time. It was so heartbreaking because like Tiger was like the best player at the time. And then there's this other pro, Jordan Spieth. Like it was a line of like 100 kids and like, hey, you need to come interview. It's like, no, I'm not going to interview until I sign all these kids' like papers or whatever they want, their hats, their golf balls, just whatever. So just like, I really, really like Tyson a lot because he takes time out of his day to like, hey, what's your name? I'm Tyson. I'm Rex. Nice to meet you, whatever. And just like have a little conversation. Doesn't need to be much. Just like being able to acknowledge them and just like make them feel like they're actually there instead of just like a fan, just like being acknowledged, you know?
Yeah.
So I would definitely say just say hi or just like make them feel like noticed or something. Just spend time with them. That's what I would say.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree. I think it's I was younger, and then I have a picture with Rafa Nadal. He was playing golf at a club in Spain, and yeah, it's nice when you can be there because you support them and you know who they are, and then you kind of like idolize them, and then they're willing to kind of like get back to you. I think that's the biggest, most important thing. But dude, that said, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. Really appreciate you. Big shout out to Rex. What's your Instagram handle?
My Instagram is literally just my name. It's REXTHAAS. So shoot me a follow if you'd like. Actually, please shoot me a follow. And then follow the podcast, follow DJ. They've been amazing. Really love them. And hopefully I'll have a podcast on my own or be able to be back over here. And it's just amazing. I appreciate you, DJ.
Yeah, of course, anytime. And then big shout out to APO, my paddle company, and also you dripping. Thank you guys. Appreciate you. Have a good one.